Hey, yo, it's Ronnie, and welcome back to You're Gonna Hate This. This is the fourth installment to the series. I have been enjoying making these like podcast episodes, and I feel like this layout, like I said before, like I feel like it's just easier. It's just better for me. We got two things we're gonna talk about today, but before we talk about those things, hopefully you guys are enjoying the podcast and enjoying like the streams and the videos I've been uploading. I've been seeing the support. I've been seeing the views go up, so that's a good look. Um, as you can see, I'm wearing a Ravens hoodie. I've had this hoodie forever, dude. Like, I've been a Ravens fan since I've known what football is. Like, the first time I ever knew what a football was, I was a Ravens fan. And my dad was a Cowboys fan. Like, I wasn't born into a family that, like, everybody just liked the same team. We kind of just, like, I guess everybody just picked. And this is just what I landed on when I was little. And Ray Lewis is my favorite player of all time. As far as basketball, I mean, Kobe's my favorite player of all time. So it's ironic how both of my favorite teams are purple and gold for the most part. Um, so I figured I would like, since football season like has started and the Ravens play on Sunday, this will come out on Monday. So this will come out the day after the game, which we're gonna win, obviously. I have like a Super Bowl prediction, which I was gonna make a whole entire like tier list of like my football predictions for the whole season. I might do that today for all I know, but I haven't done it. It might be a little too late for that, but yeah, so my Super Bowl prediction is the Ravens. I'm never going to bet against my team, dude, ever. It's the Ravens and the Lions in the Super Bowl is what I think. Or it's the Ravens and the Eagles. But if I wasn't going to say the Ravens, I would say it's the Bills and the Eagles or the Bills and the Lions. But if I had to say one of each, Ravens and Lions. I think the Lions are cold as fuck, and I think that their time's coming. And the Ravens, our biggest problem is like we are a Super Bowl team. But it's like every time we get to the playoffs, like our whole season will be like, oh, we're killing every team. When we get to the playoffs, it's always like something just happens. It's like a player messes up. It's like we're doing so good the whole season, out of nowhere somebody just stops like following the plan and the sequence of what we're doing. And then I don't know if it's just like they start getting stressed out or pressured, but it's like, dude, it's only a matter of time. And I'm never gonna root against the Ravens. Like I loved them when they were a good team. I loved them when they were a bad team. It's not Lamar Jackson shit. I've always been here, and I'll be here till football's gone. Even then, I'll still be here. But I think it'll be the Ravens and the Lions, or it'll be the Bills and the Lions. I mean, I think the Eagles have a huge chance to go back to the Super Bowl, but I mean, I think the Lions are. I think they're there. But let me know your predictions in the comments. I know that there's going to be like a lot of hate because everybody's a Chiefs fan now, and I hate the Chiefs so much. I've always hated the Steelers. I hated the Patriots. But, dude, if there's a team I could take off the map, it would be the Chiefs. I hate I hate the fucking Chiefs so much. And I live so close to Kansas City, and I just see it so much. But that's my Super Bowl predictions. I'll never root against the Ravens, like I said. Like, we are going to the Super Bowl. If it's this season, next season, we're going. And then I don't want to see a single fucking person because I don't know any Ravens fans. I've seen random ones here and there. I'll see like a random dude who's like looks like a dad. He's at the grocery store, and I'm like, and he's got like a Ravens hat, and I'm like, I've never seen this before in my life. I should go talk to him, and then I don't because I'm like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? But don't become a Ravens fan when we win. I don't want to see it because I will call everybody out, everybody. Because I don't know any. And I know a lot of people who know me, like, and I don't even talk to them on a day-to-day basis. But there's been times where they will post, and they'll be like, the only Ravens fan I ever really knew in high school was Ronnie. And I'm always like, oh, yeah. Because I didn't know a fucking single one. But the way I'm going to kick this off is I've been watching a whole lot of, like, shows now. And I've actually been enjoying it a whole bunch. I guess like I just got into grinding and doing other things so much to where like I felt like when I was enjoying any time that I'd be enjoying doing something, if it's like watching movies or watching TV shows or even playing the game, because like nowadays I don't play the game unless I'm streaming. and or making a YouTube video. Like, I don't play the game to just chill out. I have, like, here and there, like, I'll have, like, my streaming game, and then I'll have, like, my chill game. But it's like I will never spend time with my chilling game. And if I do, I'll grind it, like, for, like, a minute. But then I give myself so much shit when it comes to, like, doing anything that is not progressing. So it's like nowadays, like, you could think, like, oh, well, if you play the game on stream, how is that progressing? It's because my streaming and my YouTube, I'm progressing something still. So it's like I'm turning something I enjoy into content, but also, like, in a way to, like, progress and move forward in my life and potentially make something of it. So I'm not just wasting my time playing Call of Duty all day, like, oh, let me get this gold skin. Like, if I were to do that and play Call of Duty, I would have to do it in a way that it would have to become an investment for me to, like, get back from it, if that makes sense. Like, nowadays, I don't even buy or play games unless I'm going to get back an investment or I can make content based off of it. So, like, Call of Duty, you won't see me make a Call of Duty video. Like, even unless it was zombies, maybe, even then, like, you won't see me make a video on something unless I feel like it's something I want to make content on or something that I enjoy, you know? But, so recently, like, I've been watching a whole lot of shows and shit, and you could think, like, oh, like, that's a waste of time, which in my brain it is. But now it's not, because now, like, in a way, like, I can, like, this is, like, another way for me to, like, be able to, like, talk and enjoy doing certain things and also be able to progress based off of them. So, like, now I can, like, watch movies and shit and then actually come here and then talk about it, and then it's like, oh, shit. So I'm not, like, I'm not giving myself as much shit. I still am. Don't get it twisted. Like, I'm over here like, oh, if I watch this movie, oh, I could be doing this and that. But then it's like, now it's like I can do that, but also you got to remember, like, to enjoy doing things still. And it's hard to do that whenever, like, you feel like you have to fucking constantly go, which I feel like these wheels just don't stop. But I feel like sometimes you got to stop this fucking car and you just got to, like, you need an oil change sometimes, dog. Very dumb analogy, but that's just what it is. Because if you keep going, these wheels are going to fall off eventually, and that's just the way it goes, and you don't want a fucking deadbeat ass car. So, I've been watching a whole lot of shows and movies. I watched, and I know I'm late to the party with these two that I'm going to talk about. And I'm not always going to make episodes where I'm talking about shows and movies. This isn't, like, necessarily just a podcast where, like, I'll talk about, like, movies and shit. It's a podcast where I will talk about whatever I feel like talking about or all that type of shit. It's not like a drama podcast or like a one subject type of show per se. It's literally whatever at that moment that is either going on in my life that I want to talk about or, like, just whatever, you know? But I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 finally. And like I said, like, I'm late to the show of, like, watching all these movies. Not all these Marvel movies and shit, but, like, I'm late to watching them because at the time that they came out, I was in, like, a mindset where, like, I had to go. And I still am. But now, like I said, like, a few minutes ago, like, I have a way to, like, put that out. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is... To me, I thought it was the best Guardians of the Galaxy out of the three. Also, I got my Ghost here. This one just came out. Not sponsored. Should be, though. I got to take a drink, though, because my mouth is getting very dry. So, hold on. Watch me take this drink real quick, you fucking weirdo. Oh, boy. But this tastes like, it's raspberry cream, but it tastes like one of those raspberry Outshine bars. It tastes just like one of those. And it matches the sweetness so much, but I could not drink 12 of these. Like, I don't want 12 cans. I got 2, and I'm good. I'm fine. I didn't just drink 2. This is the only one I drank today. 1 Ghost today if I drink a Ghost. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was the best Guardians of the Galaxy out of this whole series, I thought, personally. It was super sad. Like, very, very sad. Like, I cried watching this movie. Like, I swear to God. And I'll get into that. But out of the 3, it was just like... It still had the funniness of the first 2. It was very story-based. And I'll probably talk about spoilers and all that because the movie has been out for, like, ever now. So I don't think I'm like really spoiling anything. But if you don't want a spoiler, stop the video, go watch it, and then come back to this part and then watch this part. But I thought it was a crazy, like, out of like a lot of the Marvel movies that have came out, I don't think any of the Guardians of the Galaxy have been like terrible necessarily. Like I said, like they have like so many. I think they're the actual funny parts of the Marvel movies. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, like when I watch them, I actually laugh. Like Drax will say something ridiculous, and I'm just like, this is so funny. But it's like Beavis and Butthead comedy at times, like because like he's kind of dumb. He's not. Yeah, he's pretty dumb. Him and Mantis, very dumb, and they'll just say some dumb shit, but it's like hilarious. It's not. It's not like super forced compared to like other Marvel movies where like you might have like Iron Man blow up a tank or something, and he'll look at the camera and be like, "Bingo," and it's like that was dumb as hell. Like, why would you do that? Now I like you less of a character. It's just all that. So with Guardians of the Galaxy, I feel like it just like rolls off the right way. But this whole movie was sad to me. Like it's like surrounded around like Rocket's backstory, which Rocket Raccoon, if you don't know, dude. Not a lot of shows and movies have ever made me cry. And I don't know if I was just going through some shit, like mixed in with the sadness of the movie. But I was watching this movie, and every time it would show Rocket's past, oh my God, I would be fucking sad. And from the beginning of them showing it, and the more and more and more they show you these flashbacks, I could feel like it's kind of like a temperature meter. I could feel like my sadness, like boom, 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 and the top is like me about to cry, and I'm like, oh my God, like it's coming, like I'm going, like I know what's gonna happen, just do it, and then I'll let it out, and then after that we can just go back to the movie. And dude, like his whole backstory when he's talking and he's like younger, and then just I'm getting the chills thinking about it. And whenever, like, I don't know the name of the main bad guy, but he's just he's a fucking bitch. I hate this motherfucker, dude. And he, the way he treated Rocket and treated all those other animals and, like, the experiments and the whole, like, I'm just like, dude, if you guys made a bad guy that, like, the whole purpose of making a villain usually in movies and shows and everything is usually like to make you dislike the character, and sometimes like the villain has like their whole motive makes sense, but like what they're doing doesn't. It's like, okay, like you could do this somehow, but like this isn't the way to go about it. This guy was just a fucking evil bitch, and I'm just watching and I'm like, oh my God, I want Rocket to fuck this guy up. And then it was just so sad. And then his friends die, and then the girl dies. And the part where he's about to go to heaven, dude, oh my fucking God. And it's one of those moments where, like, in movies where, like, the person is about to die, and then they're in, like, heaven or whatever, and then they're talking to, like, their old friend, and then they're talking to you like, you can come here now, we can fucking, this is the sky we're talking about. And then I'm just like, oh my fucking God. And then Rocket's like talking, he's like, yeah, I want to go with you guys. And I'm like, oh my God, Rocket, don't go. And then I forgot what he says, but I think he says I can't go yet. And it fucked me up, dude. And it just happened. And then my cat Bones, he came over to me, dude. He could tell. He's like, Dad. I'm just like, Bones, this is such a fucked up movie. It was so crazy. And then, like, I thought, like, even the ending and everything, you know, like, good guys beating up the bad guy, everybody doing moves to him, like, all that. I was just glad when this motherfucker was just, it was just such a sad movie. But I thought it was the best one out of all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I thought it was hilarious. And, I mean, I think they'll reunite, because it's apparently, like, the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie that's going to come out. I think that, I mean, obviously they'll reunite, like, together, because at the end of the movie, they all separate, like, except, like, I think Drax and Mantis stay together, and everybody is, no, I think it was Mantis. No, it was Drax and, Not Nova. Is their name Nova? I can't think of it. Anyways, they all separate. I can't think right now. But they separate. They're gonna go do their own things, and then I think they'll reunite. They'll come back for like, I don't think it'll be Doomsday, but like Secret Wars. Like I think they'll come back for things, and then I think eventually we'll get a Guardians 4. I don't know like what the whole purpose would be. I think somebody has to die in the group. Like, I mean, Gamora was in the movie, but like she was like a different version of her from a different universe. But like I could see like something like, I'm not saying this will happen, but like if Groot died or something, like, because everybody loves Groot, so you kind of gotta like kill the character that everybody loves in order to like force them in. But then it can also like make people really hate the movie also. So I don't know if anybody will die necessarily, but as far as the whole group like reuniting, I mean, they'll obviously appear again like in an Avengers movie. But as far as their own movie, I think it'll happen eventually at some point, but not anytime soon, because I think that's something that Marvel can like lean back on. Like, oh shit, like people like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, if things do get really bad, we could like just throw out a fourth one and then just see what happens. But I mean, at the same time, you got to make the story make sense and you got to make us care. I just think they've all been good for the most part. I mean, I haven't watched 2 in a while, but I remember 1 was really good to me. And this is the best one to me. As far as, and if it made me cry, dude, and not a lot of movies have and shows. I cried when I watched like Naruto, but I grew up watching Naruto, and it was every Friday watching new episodes. Like when they would come out. I won't talk about Naruto right now because I'll probably talk about that like on another episode. But I cried during that. I cried during Guardians 3. What's another? I cried when I played Spider-Man PS4. That shit fucked me up. But I'm also very attached like to the character. But even the story was super good. Won't talk about that because this is not about that. But Guardians 3, really good. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely go watch it. If you haven't watched the first one and the second one, you should watch those first and then watch the third one and then have your own opinion and then just see like how you feel about it. But I thought it was extremely good. I thought so. And it was extremely sad. And I think that if any movie can make somebody feel sad, it's doing like a really good job because it's making you feel like emotionally like it's connecting with you to some extent. But the other show, this one's a show, Invincible. I've been wanting to watch this for a really, really long time. I finally was like, okay, let me just watch it. And I started watching it. Dude, this show is really, really tight. Like, I love like the bloodiness inside of it. I love like how like it portrays like superheroes in a way that isn't like the Avengers and just Marvel and DC, where like the superheroes can be like weird or dickheads or just that atmosphere of like Superman might not be so super behind the scenes, that type of deal. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a lawnmower outside, so if you can't hear it, that's my bad. Fuck all that. Invincible. And the whole time I'm watching this show, dude, first off, I loved season 1. Season 1 was super tight. At the very beginning, I was kind of like, okay, like, am I going to be able to watch 3 seasons of this? Because, like, when I'm sitting there watching it, I'm like, I was bored at first. But that's, like, the beginning of anything. But sometimes I think I'm so used to, like, when you watch a movie or a show, in the first episode, in the first, like, 20 minutes, it either hooks you or it doesn't. Like, the Penguin did that. The Dark Knight did that. The Batman did that. Dude, it's all Batman shit. But, like, that first scene, it just hooks you. So I feel like when I was watching this, I was waiting for that, and it just didn't happen. And, like, I had to wait episodes. And I'm just waiting, like, okay, when's Omni-Man going to pop off? When is he going to pop off? And I didn't realize that the show would be... I mean, obviously, like, I knew the sun would play, like, a huge role. But I didn't know how the story was going to go based off of, like... I didn't know the Sun's superhero name was gonna be Invincible. Because I had stayed away from spoilers for the longest time. Not even, like, purposely. I just always seen the Omni-Man, like, fucking the sun up and just turning on everybody. But the way that they did everything, I thought was, like, super good. I mean, and his whole motive, like, Omni-Man's, like, motive of, like, why he was doing what he was doing. I mean, not justifiable, but, like, it's, like, the whole purpose of, like, why he went to the Earth in the first place. But, like, and we'll talk more about, like, what I think about, like, his whole motives and, like, him as a character switching and everything. In the first season, they show these 2 characters I guess they're technically one. There are these two clones. Well, one clone. Two clones. There's these blue dudes. And they're like brothers, but they're clones. They're not brothers, they're clones, obviously. I thought they were just going to be like throwaway characters. Like, oh, like these two dudes are strong. Like, let's throw somebody at them to make this person look better. No, these motherfuckers stayed all 3 seasons. I was like, damn, like they're still here. But like I got more and more invested into them as characters where I was like, okay, these dudes are like actually kind of cool. Like because they just kept showing us them and they would have this argument of like who the clone is because they both look the same. You can't tell who the clone is and who's not. So then there would always be like that argument and then the one would always turn on the other. And he'd always be like, okay, well, now I'm going to make a clone and fucking then that clone gets cloned. Then it was just a constant repeat of like the same thing that the prior clone would do. But them as characters, I thought they were really cool. I can't think of the name of the fucking like their version of the Avengers. Like I literally cannot think of it. I'm not super invested into all those characters as much, except Adam Eve, like the girl. She's cool as fuck. And dude, okay, let me talk about Omni-Man for a second. Him as a character, I like because he's like realistic. But, like, everything about him, his whole look and shit, he doesn't look like another superhero. He has Superman, like, powers, but not, like, laser vision and shit. He's just strong as shit. He can fly, and he is a problem. Excuse me, that's my bad. I gotta get my shit together. He's, it's like not a portrayal, but, like, he's from a different, not race of people, but, like, he's an alien, basically. And then he, like, his whole motive is, like, to take over Earth and fucking prepare it for the Viltrumite fucking takeover, basically. And then he just fell in love with his wife, and they had a kid, and you're not supposed to. Like, his whole story and the way that they were doing him, I thought it was cool because I thought he was gonna be cool for a second, like on some Homelander shit, and then he was gonna turn. I didn't realize they were gonna show us so much of him being a dad and being like the good side to him. And then you see him start fighting the Avengers that like I can't think of their name. It's gonna tilt me. Someone's gonna pop up in the comments and be like, "You didn't watch that shit? Hey bro, you ain't a real fan." Somebody's gonna pop up and say something. And I'm not saying I'm obsessed with Invincible. I just can't remember the name of the team that was complete ass. To me, I wasn't super invested into them. I wasn't even invested into Mark most of the time until like halfway through season 2. I think I started like actually liking him a lot. And then when they show like Omni-Man's like people like the Viltrumites, when you get to see like oh like there's more of them, like they're still out there, I'm like holy shit. And then like when you see like he gets fucked up by them, it's like oh okay, like these motherfuckers are like not playing. Because if you can fuck up Omni-Man because you have the same powers as him, how strong is Omni-Man and who is the strongest Viltrumite? And how big of a deal are they going to be? It's the same thing as like Dragon Ball Z and Saiyans. It's like, oh, you're a Saiyan, you're strong as shit. And you might be Raditz, but then it's like, oh, but then there's Nappa, but then there's Vegeta. And it's like, oh, shit, then there's Broly. Like, you got these fucking... It changes your whole mindset of, like, this character and then all the characters that are the same, like, species as that person. What was I going to say? Season 2, I thought was like really great. I thought it was better than season 1. I wasn't obsessed. I don't know his name. I don't think it starts with a Z or none. It was a black dude, and he was trying to. It was like in a different universe where like Mark and Omni-Man are bad, and they're fucking shit up, and he's trying to like. He's basically it's basically on some like colonization type shit, and. He starts hating Mark because like he fucks up the whole like he's trying to like I forgot like clone his shit, and he fucks it up. He blames Mark. It gave me like Electro vibes from Amazing Spider-Man 2, like the whole like you did this to me. Da, 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 da. But I thought he was cool as a character. I can't think of his name because I did not love every single character in the show. But I thought him and his powers like with the portals and everything, because like he doesn't have to be super powerful. But him having the portals, it's like, even if you are strong, like, he just has to know when to fucking do the shit. But I thought his design became cool. It's just certain things I don't like about shows and movies where like there's a part where he has Mark's mom and his like little brother who came from fucking Omni-Man had like another kid. Whole bunch of shit. If you haven't seen it, you should need to go watch it. I hate when it's like the mercy, because it's like you have like they're right there. You can end all this right now. Mark is in a different you just put him through a portal. Why not put him through the portal, kill his fucking family, and then dip out, and then Mark comes back and then sees it, and then he's angry. Like I don't know why villains do that dumb shit. Like I get like plot, but like you threw him through like 10 portals, and then you still got beat and you just broke his mom's arm. That's it. So it's just shit like that where I'm like, dude, like you had so much time to fuck this. You hate this guy, and you had so much time to get revenge in a sense, but you didn't do it. What the fuck? Why not? Like it just made no sense to me. So I hate that type of shit, but I like him as a character, and I like how like he keeps like transforming more into like this other character, and then like the cyborgs he made are kind of like turning against them, and they're like, hey dude, like now you work for us, and it's like, oh, this is cool as fuck. And there's a lot of similarities between like Marvel and DC, and then Invincible as far as like the heroes. Like there's one dude who's like supposed to be like Spider-Man. Obviously Omni-Man is basically like Superman, just without certain powers, but yeah. I think the show is like super good. There's also this character, his name's Alan the Alien. He's funny as fuck. But it's just characters like that. Like he's super cool. They were trying to like create like a character who could be able to beat a Viltrumite. But even with him, like he should have died. I hate when characters in movies and shows, they either die and get brought back to life, or or they just get like destroyed, and then they just come back somehow. Like how? Like you shouldn't have even made them get destroyed in the first place or die in the first place. Like the same thing happens with Eve, dude. In season 3, there's a part where like her fucking face is destroyed, and she's like about to die. Like I think her guts are hanging out and shit. And then she has this power where she like kind of comes back, like Adam Warlock kind of. But even then, that kind of makes sense to me, so I'm not super like pissed off about it. But it's just the whole like in Spider-Man No Way Home, if Aunt May would have survived, I would have been like, what the fuck is this? But when she died, I'm like, oh shit, no, don't die. But you want it to happen, you need it to happen. You're just kind of like, oh my god, this is so sad, like that. But I just hate in movies and shows, and I keep talking about it, and I'm probably going to talk about it every episode moving forward. I hate when a character has died or is about to die, and then they don't. Just for the sake of keeping the character alive. Like, just don't have that happen in the first place. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, Alan the Alien, his fucking eyeball is out of his fucking face. He's, like, ripped apart and all fucked up. And then they put him in this fucking thing, like in Dragon Ball Z, and he's, like, fucking in this water and shit. And then he just comes back to life and comes back stronger. I'm just like, dude, this is crazy. So I don't have like a lot of like gripes about the show. What's crazy too is that I'm not like the type of guy who like in shows when there's like a relationship, I'm not always invested in the relationship. Like unless it's Spider-Man. I also love Spider-Man, obviously. So his relationship with like Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy, it matters. But like when it's like Superman and Lois Lane, I'm not like hella invested, but it has to happen because it's like, oh, this is a part of the story. Like a huge part in the character and the development and everything. In this show, it gave me like the same feeling with like not like with Spider-Man and Mary Jane or Peter and like Gwen. But with Eve, first, Mark has this girlfriend. I don't know. I forgot her name. I did not care about her. But he had this girlfriend. He tried to date. She's a human, whatever. But I'm sitting here the whole time like, dude, when is he going to date Eve? Like, when is he going to, like, when are they going to date? I'm like, Eve, stop talking about Rex. Date fucking Mark. And then in season 3, when they finally do, I was like, oh my god, finally. I've never felt like that before. Because in Spider-Man, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. And you just know it's going to. So in this, it was like, is this going to happen? Please just do this already. And then they started dating. I'm like, okay, sweet. And then she got completely obliterated. And I'm just like, Mark, stop being fucking useless. Like, do something. Like, when he's fighting that Viltrumite. And then I thought that was cool because it gave me, like, a Dragon Ball Z, like, feeling. Like, whenever Krillin dies, and then Goku fucking freaks out and goes Super Saiyan. And then he just starts fucking Frieza up. Like, it was like that. Like, I got that feeling as far as, like, the Viltrumite dude is, like, still talking shit. He's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you now. And then Mark is just, like, crying. And he's like, oh, I'm about to fuck this dude up. Then their hands punch. Mark's fucking wrist breaks. And the other dude's fucking robot arm fucking just it just gets destroyed. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm hooked on this fight. But season 3 was the best to me. I started liking Mark more as a character. Now I like him more moving forward. I also like his newer costume with the black and blue. I think it's just way better than the blue and yellow. Which the blue and yellow, it's him. And then when the other versions of him come from the different multiverses, because that one dude, like the portal guy, I'm just like, oh, this is crazy. There's a lot more of, like, I mean, Viltrumites, like, honestly. And Invincibles. Like, there's a bunch of them just, like, on this planet now. But I'm just confused, too, because I'm like, why are these Viltrumites, like, that are actually showing up, and they keep talking to Mark, why don't they just fucking do it for him? Like, why don't they just, like, because they'll show up and they're like, you're not doing your mission. If you don't do it, we're going to destroy. Just fucking show up and be like, hey, I'm just going to take care of this. And then, like, do that. But then, obviously, I get, like, the show. You got to move forward with a story. But, like, why have them show up at all? Why not have them show up and then that be, like, the war part where it's like, oh, this is the final arc, season, whatever. It would just make more sense instead of having them show up to Earth, like, 50 times and then fucking just not. And then Omni-Man, too, like, he said something about, like, there's only, like, 56 Viltrumites left in the universe. But I'm like, how does he know that? Like, have they been, like, communicating? Like, they didn't show us nothing like that. But, yeah, like I said, too, like, when Eve died, dude, she died, then came back to life, and then does this move, and then fucks up the Viltrumite, but he doesn't, like, I'm just like, dude, if she's gonna die, kill her. Literally. And Mark just has to stop being useless, because I'm tired of it. He's the main character, and I didn't realize he was gonna be the main character. But it gave me the same feeling as The Boys did, like, the show. Like, I was watching it, and I'm like, which I've already watched The Boys. I watched that, like, a long time ago. But it was, like, the whole, like, the superhero gimmick. And then, like, how they actually are. And then just the feeling of all that. Like, every, like, episode, somebody's going to say the word Invincible. Then the fucking title screen, shows up. Just a lot of, like, their own elements. I think the show is really cool. Obviously, they have to take, like, certain things. Like, there's a guy in it who's, like, I think his name's, like, Blackwing or something, or it's not Nightwing. I think it's Blackwing. But he's Batman, essentially. Like, it's things like that. But it is, like, its own original thing with their own little universe and what they do. I think Omni-Man's a cool-ass character. I'm looking forward to Season 4. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they showed things at the end of Season 3. But it's things where it's like you don't really know what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to end here. I think this is going to be a show that has, like, fucking 8 seasons, maybe 10. I don't exactly know, but I'm very hooked now. So, like, the next time I do talk about this show, it'll probably be, like, right when it comes out. Like, it'll be Season 4 drops. I watch it, and then I'll probably talk about it on here again. It won't be like, oh, the show's been out for years or months, and then I'm finally watching it. Like, no, I'll be on this shit because now I'm waiting. And that's what sucks about watching shows and movies is different, but when you're watching shows, it's like, damn, now I gotta wait a year for the fucking next season to come out. And the next season's like fucking 8 episodes. You're like, oh shit. And then it sucks whenever, like, it isn't as good as you anticipated. And then you're like, fuck, now I gotta wait another year. And then it gets pushed back, and it's like 2 years, and now we don't even want to watch the show anymore, but then it comes out, we still watch it. I do have, like, a lot of anticipated movies that I'm ready for. Things I want to talk about. I won't say nothing here because then it'll, like, spoil it, and then it's like, It makes watching the next episode like a little. It makes no sense. But damn, my cats are snoring. Dude, I wish I could show y'all. They're like face to face, hugging, laying, sleeping. It's so fucking sweet. It's crazy as fuck. But yeah, Ravens are gonna win the Super Bowl. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. If you haven't watched it, go watch 1 and 2, and then watch 3. And try not to cry. If you do cry, I cried with you. Invincible, like I said, I loved it. Season 1 was a little slow. Season 2, I liked it a lot. Season 3 was the best of the 3. And I think the show is just going to get better with time. I think. Unless they run out of things to talk about, because I feel like Omni-Man kind of like turned like I thought he was going to be bad longer. But then he wasn't. My cat is still snoring. But it doesn't take away from the show. I think it's really tight. I'm ready for that Viltrumite War. I'm ready to watch these motherfuckers fight. I'm ready to see where it goes. Like I said, when this episode drops, the Ravens would have played the day before. So this will drop on Monday. So hopefully you guys are rooting for the Ravens and not the Chiefs. Yeah. This has been You're Gonna Hate This. I appreciate everybody who has been watching these episodes or watching my videos or even my streams. Everybody who's subscribed, liked. I love it all. Or even if you just check it out type shit. It all goes a long way and it doesn't go underappreciated. So thank you for all the love and the support. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next episode of You're Gonna Hate This.